So earlier today, Ubisoft updated Assassin Creed Valhalla, and it's not good. If you want a full breakdown of the update, JV and JawRaptor have already done videos on it, and I'll link those below. But what I want to focus on is this: the introduction of level scaling, as well as the introduction of microtransactions specifically to profit off of level scaling, as well as why it epitomises a huge issue with Ubisoft. Level scaling is usually an option in most games you can switch on or off to have your enemies level up with you. But what Ubisoft have done here is added auto scaling, which means that you have no choice but to have your enemies level up as you do. So now bosses in the world won't be any more than 50 levels below you, so even at max level they'll be your equal with the white indicator. On top of this, Ubisoft added XP and silver boosters to the game. I have no clue where to start with this, so let's talk about the timing. When Odyssey released, there was backlash. Not major backlash, but backlash nonetheless about the game's microtransactions, as something you wouldn't really want around the release of your new game. So what Ubisoft have done here is wait 5 weeks, wait until the reviews are out and the core player base has completed the game, only then to tighten leveling to sort of minimise negative publicity. And I'd rather you not try and rob me, but if you're gonna do it, at least be upfront about it. Secondly, I'll go into why auto-scaling is a bad thing and incredibly counterintuitive. A big part of a lot of RPGs, and this does include Valhalla, is building yourself into as powerful and as capable as a fighter as you can possibly be, and that's the point of leveling. When you're not going to experience the benefits of that in these big combat encounters, it becomes pointless, and if you want to use it for New Game Plus, that's understandable, but don't make it mandatory and completely devalue this entire system by strengthening every enemy in the game. At least have an option to switch it off. Thirdly, microtransactions. They do not belong in single player games in any capacity. And the argument of, oh, well, you can just not buy them doesn't make much sense, because every game that has microtransactions is geared in some way to make you buy them, as we've seen here. It's no coincidence this was lumped in with level gating, and unlike cosmetic microtransactions you might see in Overwatch or something like that, these have a genuine effect on how the game is played, and now it's pretty clear they were always intended to be in the game. In interviews, we were constantly told level gating wouldn't be in the game, but in the end, it was. To finish the game and get the ending of the story, there's this big gap between the second to last arc, which I won't spoil, and the epilogue, which is crucial stuff. And by the end of the game, if you aren't doing a bunch of side stuff and you just want to progress through the story, you're going to be fighting enemies well above your level. You've also got the fact that the mythical storyline isn't just one arc, it's split into 3 with massive level gaps, and the last one isn't even an arc, it's just a mission. It's a part of the second arc, and the level gap is huge. So to say the game doesn't have level gating, as we were told so much, would be a lie. Pretty shocking stuff coming from Ashraf fucking Ismail, but you know. And that only gets worse when you tighten leveling so you can push microtransactions. Ubisoft have manufactured a disease solely to sell its cure. This change exists to take you for a fucking mug and rinse you of a few dollars. The main pack that includes a permanent 50% silver and XP boost is 1,500 Helix credits, and the reason it's not real currency and it's Helix credits is to fuck you about with these Helix packs. If they had a Helix pack for 1,500 points, or they just let you buy it straight up, they would not be maximising their profits. The cheapest option is to buy 500 Helix credits and then 1,050 on top of that, which is £12 and is almost exactly how much you need to buy the booster pack, but because the Helix packs need to increase in value as they go along, they're separate. £12, that's $15 or $16, a quarter of the price of the game, and of course they've done it before Christmas, because even the fucking kids aren't safe from Ubisoft. Don't take that out of context. I would like a review copy of the next AC game, please. And the reason why I'm making this video is because it's so important that we as a community talk about this, because Ubisoft are a company that thrives off the bare minimum. Whatever scummy, lazy business practice they can get away with, they will. And if it's not already clear, I'm not talking about your average game designer, QA tester. I'm talking about the out-of-touch executives at the top that greenlit fucking CSI Deadly Intent, as well as whatever the fuck this is. I really don't like the fact that Ubisoft is so comfortable with milking every dollar they possibly can out of me and you. They will happily continue doing this anti-consumer bollocks, ramping things up year by year, unless we as a community don't buy into it and tell them we don't like it. There is always going to be droves of Ubisoft shills that are there to tell the company this is fine, which is why it's important for us as conscious community members to tell them that this shit isn't on whatsoever. If we don't, this will only worsen. And all of this is emblematic of bigger issues with Ubisoft. This encapsulates their obsession with becoming this automated machine. They want to become a company that rakes in as much cash as is possible at the minimum effort. They don't want to make great games and have their games sell because they're great, like a Rockstar or a CD Projekt. Not the best example as of late. Probably no. But either way, the point is, instead of pursuing greatness and profiting off of that greatness, they are actively ailing this game to sell you its remedy. That is beyond fucking backwards. And as long as Ubisoft continue on like this, being an out-of-touch, money-grubbing corporation with no semblance of a moral compass, not even a facade of decency, they will continue to push out these mediocre products, and every once in a while, when they get something that isn't shit, its quality is going to be capped because of fucking greed. And that's in spite of some excellent creatives. With a company this out of touch, so lazy and safe, we will never reach the peaks we did a decade ago. And that's why I made this video, because despite being just like a symptom of a bigger problem, that bigger problem is fucking huge, and that's why the future of AC is such a 50-50 right now. Anyway, that was a weird one. If you guys enjoyed, maybe leave a like, and if you didn't, maybe let me know why. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all next time.